you doing?
How's it going?
Pretty good.
What's the latest? How's this weekend been, alright?
Exhausting.
Oh, yeah.
Also exciting. Talk to people like you.
Yeah. That's the business, mate. Exciting and exhausting.
So I'll kick us off if no one minds.
Go for it.
So one of the things I like to ask anyone who does sort of a superhero show like this, you know, a lot of the plot lines go into heavy DC Comics areas, and I'm wondering, as an actor, do you get excited when you see that you're bringing something like that to life, or is it more a little anxiety to get it right?
I think it's both. You know, it's like this. It's exciting and exhausting. No, it's really about what's on the page. You know, what's in the comic is almost, it's not irrelevant, but it's not so much the story that we're telling. There are DNA elements from that, you know. But to be honest, a lot of my work from here on out, I mean, it has become learning about the character from the comics. It has become, what do the fans think of Nightwing? Who do they think he is? What character elements can I steal from? But now it's really about collaborating with Greg Walker and trying to figure out, like, okay, what elements of the character have we not really shown? You know, what obstacles and flaws would be best to bring out his strengths, you know, in a season. And this season, you know, Greg and the writers boldly decided to kind of take a confident step into the world of horror and the occult and dark magic and supernatural, and you know, that's something that I don't know a lot about as an actor, and I feel like Dick Grayson doesn't know a lot about, and so he has to kind of jump on his feet and figure out, okay, how do we solve this complete new set of problems, and how do we defeat these villains that, you know, may not necessarily be defeated with hand-to-hand combat, or, you know, the psychological things that he's learnt. So, yeah, he's just kind of, you know, thrown a new set of challenges, and we have to watch him and the Titans basically collaborate and use each other to try and figure out how to beat them.
Excellent. All right. How you doing, Brenton? Or Brenton, sorry.
Good, mate.
So, I have to ask, because given the course of the series thus far, now that we're in the fourth season, right? We've seen Dick Grayson kind of go from just being like the son that ran away from his dad to being pretty much a father figure. What's that been like, kind of seeing that trajectory for Dick Grayson as pretty much a team leader and I guess like paternal father figure for the Titans?
I mean, I guess in season one, he just wanted to break away from, you know, what he would call abuse. You know, that kind of being taught things at a young age that he probably shouldn't have been taught, and being exposed to a world of crime and goings on in Gotham that he was probably too young to be exposed to. And I also think that, you know, throughout season 1, 2, and 3, he's been dealing with his parents the death of his parents in different ways. And I think at the end of, during season 3, he lands on the right way, which is to try and be that father figure for younger people that need him. You know, to try and be someone, be the best person that he can be, but also step up into that patriarchal role for people that have talents that, you know, may have the same PTSD going on, that may have lost their parents, that may need some, you know, father figure in their lives. And season 4 kicks off with, you know, almost the exact parallel, which is Connor Kent wants to meet his father, and he doesn't get to meet the father that he wants to meet. He gets the other one, and we all know that he's a villain, and he's a serious villain that Bruce Wayne was afraid of. You know, someone not to treat lightly, and Dick has to try and figure out how to be that father figure to Connor Kent that he doesn't have, and that's a tricky dynamic because, you know, on the one hand, he tells Superboy, I wouldn't get within 10 miles of Lex Luthor. But on the other hand, everyone should get to know their parents, you know. So he's battling with that throughout the season.
I guess congrats on 4 seasons, man.
Thanks, man.
So, I mean, Dick Grayson's getting his ass whipped a lot in this show, and you got into a lot of body damage, emotional damage. What is
As an actor or
as an actor?
Yeah, for sure.
What's something on like as far as like the trains you that go through a lot of those stunt falls and stuff that you do on the show?
What's that story?
That's something that you train to do to get through like a lot of the stunt falls.
Some of the training?
The beat downs you go through
Yeah.
on the show. Yeah.
Well, the training that I did at the beginning of season 1 set me up for this whole journey. I trained with a guy called Chan Griffin, only for a short time back in Australia. He was actually part of the stunt crew on Aquaman.
Okay.
And they were shooting that where I live. And so I got to go to the Aquaman studio and train with those guys. And Chan is a Kali expert. He's an amazing martial artist and just a really, really great teacher as well. And he kind of taught me the basics that I would need for the show, but taught me the martial art, not so much. The show it's for film, so instead of doing things quite tight and effectively, it's quite dramatic and big, and obviously the moves are cinematic and whatever. So that gave me the foundation for what I needed to start the show, and then throughout the show, we landed on a style that served us for the last 4 seasons. My stunt double, Mustafa Bulut, is such a talented guy. For this kind of character, we would need, in the movies or in any other scenario, 2, 3, maybe 4 stunt doubles. But he's so talented, we only need 1. He should charge 4 times. He should charge 4 times what he's getting. But he can do the flips, and he can do the hand-to-hand combat. He's got all the skills that I don't have. So he really does, carry that torch. And he really is Nightwing. He makes the character look incredible. And where I fail, he succeeds. That being said, I would probably shortcut myself a little bit if I said that I didn't have a natural affinity to the movement, and it's getting better every year. So every year, you just get better, and you do it every day for so long. You just have you learn lines quicker, you can learn choreo quicker, you learn on the job. This season we have, I think 5. Greg, how many fights we got this season? Big fights, 5, 6? At least, right? Big. Yeah, 5.
Well, I'm not counting the 11, 12 fights, which are
Okay.
I would say probably
So
8 or 9.
8 or 9 big fights. So that's a lot of fights. In a movie, you probably wouldn't get the chance to do 8 or 9 big fights, even in like an action movie. So there's an opportunity to just hone your skills, get better and better, and yeah, I mean that's kind of it. I mean I'm not someone who does my own stunts at all. I love the physical process. I'm mid-level. I'm okay at it, but I do enjoy it a lot. It's one of the things that I love about this job.
Well, shout out to the stunt team.
Yeah,
Thank
shout out
you
to the
guys
stunt
so much.
Perfect.
Thank you very much.
All right. Thanks.
Thank you for the time.
All right. Take care, guys.